Okay, it works. And welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to ever so amazing, sexy something. At this point, I'm doing one of my second favorite World War II RTS series. Yeah, and that is, of course, Man of War series. Sexy Man of War Red Tide specifically at this point. So I'm gonna be doing Red Tide. I wanted to do it on this a mod for Assault Squad 2, but in all honesty, I said no to drugs. So again, Man of War. I think everybody knows what Man of War is on the RTS market, at least. It is one of the greatest RTS games, very unique, amazing engine, gem engine that is. One of the old, very old engines since 2003, utilized by, I think it was 2003, utilized by the first time, at least that I know of, soldiers, heroes of World War II. So it was upgraded through the years. I think it was mostly published by the same company, not all games were made by the same developer though. So through all these years we have, well, it was just a span of an amazing many years for this series, because we had Soldiers Heroes of World War II, we had Faces of War, came at the same time when Company of Heroes came out. Then we had, of course, Men of War, and of course, you know, the history of Vietnam, Red Tide, Condemned Heroes. All of them are actually amazing fucking games. I mean, they are Men of War games, and if you like Men of War, you need these games. So, of course, now we have the Assault Squad 2, and finally, beyond World War II part, we have the whatever the new game is called. Anyway, it doesn't really matter at this point. It just is that this is my second favorite series of all time when it comes to World War II RTS games. Mostly because, again, of the engine. The engine is very versatile and very physics-based engine compared to any other engine out there when it comes to RTS games, at least. So again, my first favorite will always be Sudden Strike, as that is my favorite World War II RTS series of all time. So let's moving on single player. Let's select a mission. Odessa must be ours. And as always, let's have fun. We'll choose on hardest difficulty as always, and baptism by fire. Now I have finished this first chapter as a mod for the Assault Squad 2, but the thing is, this is its own thing, right? Made, you know, like having its own UI, having everything its own. When you play as a mod, the mod just brings in a missions, and maybe scripts screw up a little bit here and there, and that's not gonna be the greatest thing ever. So I've chose to do it in the original form, as this is the original form. So let's begin.
At 4 o'clock in the morning of June 22nd, 1941, in lieu of a declaration of war, German forces crossed the western border of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, thus opened the Eastern Front of World War II. To the north, German forces captured the city of Novgorod and were soon approaching Leningrad. To the west, the Great Battle of Smolensk was boiling, and soon Soviet forces were being pushed back to the area of Vyazma, while the tank armies of German generals Hoth and Guderian were preparing to crush the defenders of Moscow. On the southern front, the coastal city of Odessa was surrounded and besieged by Romanian troops in league with the Germans. The fate of this city rested in the hands of the Black Sea Fleet and its ability to bring in supplies by sea. In September, Romanian forces managed to advance along the shore of the Black Sea to the west of Grigorievka village, and in so doing brought their artillery within range of the port of Odessa. It seemed the city was doomed. To save the city, Black Sea Fleet Command proposed a combined landing operation. A squad of naval infantry, supported by cruisers and gunboats, was to perform an assault landing on the shores near Grigorievka village. At the same time, a paratrooper sabotage group was to be delivered near Shitsli village. Thus, Soviet HQ hoped to demoralize the Romanian forces with a combined attack of naval and airborne brigades. In addition, 3 rifle divisions were dispatched from the eastern sector of the Odessa defensive zone to support the landing parties. On the night of September 22nd, Soviet ships entered position near Grigorievka. Their main guns opened fire, and Soviet commandos, highly trained men of war, directed their landing craft at the enemy-occupied coast towards a furious battle and the promise of a hard-earned victory.
Admiral Oktyabrsky to Rear Admiral Gorshkov, commander of the cruiser brigade. According to a report we've just received, the Frunes has been destroyed. The commander of the landing operation, Rear Admiral Vladimirsky, was aboard this destroyer, and as yet we have received no word of his survival. You are to assume command of the landing party in his stead.
I went by the radio cabin today, and I heard they sank the Fruens.
What?
Junkers. They say Admiral Vladimirsky himself was coming here aboard that ship.
It's not looking good. The Germans on the shore are probably ready for us. These aren't Germans on the coast, it's Romanians.
Ah, those damn Romanians.
Well, that's not so bad. Black Sea seamen have no fear of Romanians. Prepare for landing.
You know, this dubbing to me sounds like if you ever watch Japanese anime, that's how it feels. Which is fine by me, honestly. I love everything about Man of War series, especially when it comes to dubs. I mean, the dubbing in general in Man of War games, except in Soldiers Heroes of World War II, was always bad. Always. So I'm hoping the newest one a little bit goes away from all that bullshit.
Begun attacking the Romanian positions. They're firing blind, so be careful.
So of course the battle begins, and it would seem for some reason my ever so amazing sensitivity is off. At least that's how it feels. And of course we can see those little isles. I don't think those are isles actually. I can't remember the names. They're cute little bastards though. And of course ever so amazing AI in this game, especially when it comes to flying units. So again we are fighting the Romanian. Anywho, that aside, let's begin finally the Man of War. Now the thing about Man of War when it comes to me playing Man of War is that I was always cautious as to how to actually play these games. They're more action-based, mind you, realistic, but action-based nonetheless. And that's one of the problems that I usually have when it comes to faster-paced action games, is that something happens, you have to, you know, react as fast as possible, and that's not how I play games. I mean, if anyone ever watched any of my videos on Sudden Strike, they know how I play. I take time to move my units left and right, know who the fuck these guys are. I actually have a few units, or maybe just one man, Ivan here, who is a named character. And of course this is also one of those beautiful things about Man of War, which I can say many things are very beautiful about Man of War, is just the amount of detail each unit has. Of course we have the inventory system as per usual, we have amazing map which is never so amazing. Now it would be nice if I can, thank you very much. Okay, so again we have the PPSH, we have some beautiful F1 nades, and of course the RPG-44, the tanks, we have map bandages in the SMG. All this coming from the very first Soldiers Heroes of World War II, which has all of this, except the better voice acting. Completely better voice act. Like, oh my god, as I said, the dubbing in this game, in any other, well, in all Man of War games, is that awful, but I like it. It's the charm of the Man of War games. You know, it just has that beautiful feel to it. Let's slide down a little bit. The enemy is already shooting at one. Thankfully we have many AI soldiers, and they're gonna be the ones to lead the day, to be honest. I'm just gonna try and avoid as much damage as possible. We mostly have the PPSH manly man, the SMG infantry, of course, the machine gunner with the Pt.1, which are actually very important in this game. The heavy machine gunners, or the LMG guys if you wanna call them. I don't know, people call them all differently, but nonetheless, our machine gunners, a very important unit if you control it directly, you can annihilate so many units with this amazing weapon of choice. And as you can see, already damaging there is what exactly an enemy unit. The stationary, no, actually I was thinking there was a stationary gun over here, like this beautiful thing, ZB-53. No, there isn't. I was actually expecting there was one here, but no, mostly the SMG infantry. And no, they are actually not utilizing, the Romanians are not actually utilizing the PPSH. They have their own kind of a thing, as you can see here. We shall find out soon enough, as soon as we get a little bit closer and personal with the Romanians. But that aside, let's move in. We have a SVT-40 man. Excellent. Now also what I want to say is, in this specific game, from what I've noticed, the medics are kinda useless. The soldiers immediately die. There is no way to revive these bastards. Guys, get up. Oh, whoa, whoa. We're kind of being totally demolished on this side. We have another big, massive group here, which will get a little bit closer here. Go, go, go. I want to try and keep as many units as possible alive. And they're all gonna be very valuable. I did a test a little bit here just to get into the mood of things, and I only left with one man. One man was just alive at the end. And mind you, you get the more reinforcements and all that. And that's again the gist of these expansion packs, standalone expansion packs, that they're kind of a little bit more harder than your regular Man of War games. Now we have also the flamethrower man. Here, he can do a lot of damage. So we're gonna go to the side with the flamethrower man. We're not gonna concentrate on actually getting over too close on this side, but we should go to the left to right, get into this angle of. We are mind you also playing without Fog of War. I usually play with Fog of War, but this is what I found about Fog of War in Euro Assault Squad 2 is that it makes massive performance drops if you play with realistic Fog of War and all that. So I said, you know what, the thing is, we see what's on the radar, and that's the gist of it. The AI, even if you see this guy, for instance, here, the AI doesn't see him, so he won't be opening fire on him. Even though you say, hey dude, he is right in front of you, he does not see it because he doesn't have true line of sight towards him. So in general, when you turn off the fog wall, it's just for your radar for you to notice all the enemies on the damnable thing. Sometimes you don't see them actually. Sometimes you just don't see them. So that's about it. Okay, let's get some PPSH people over here. Now all of us are Marines. The special units, you know, the special men. Gonna get them over to this location. We're probably never gonna have regular troops, not that I remember, of course. The entire point of the Red Tide is you play with the Marines. Or should I say the Black Devils, I think they were called, or something like that. Hell's Bells, I can't remember. Nonetheless, again, the nice thing about the entirety of Man of War is that line of sight, it really works, and it's very valuable. Yeah, I can't do anything here with the flamethrower, sadly. Great. Awesome. Beautiful. Stay there. We lost one of them. I think we lost the second one. I don't know if that was mine. Let me just find our beautiful machine gunners if possible. Oh, there you are. Thank you very much. I mean, machine gunners alone can annihilate most of these guys. You see this? Like, you see, you can actually shoot these bastards. Of course, they will immediately retaliate towards the person that is shooting them. So the AI not that stupid, so to speak. Let's get a little bit closer. Thank you very much. Can I shoot you from this location? No, I can't. Sadly. Okay, well, in all honesty, they're shooting at our AI friends, so I don't have to worry about that. That maybe he's gonna get annihilated. Let's get a little bit closer again. Let's go to the left side. Move it to the left side. Now there is this also, oh, that's actually SMG infantry. I think there was a heavy machine gun on this location, specifically a static heavy machine gun. So we might not be able to see him for some evil reason because he's in the bushes and all that. We shall find out very soon. We shall find out very soon about that. Let's get to this location, move in, slowly but surely. And the thing, as I said about Man of War, is that you can utilize these sneaky tactics. Doesn't matter, you know, what you're playing, what kind of a map mostly you're playing, unless you're playing specifically defense maps that are very much, well, people are more familiar because of the Assault Squad games. They kind of ruined the image of Man of War, to be honest, as there is no sneaky in those maps, just because of the fact that the entirety of the game is about you attacking those specific points, and that's a GG. And I just lost 2 guys, or did I lose the 2 guys? Yes, 2 guys are dead. No, that's not. Those ours or theirs? Ours. Oh man, that's never a good thing. That's never a good thing. I just lost 2 beautiful sexy men. Over here, thank you very much. You know, the problem here is that the like, it's 7 to 10 meters for, if you want to call them meters, let's call them meters, doesn't matter, for the flamethrower. It's annoying, to be honest. It's very annoying. I was expecting a longer reach, but there is none. Beautiful stuff, and immediately the A opens fire upon the enemy inside the trenches. That's a certain death, of course. There we lose another one to the enemy rifleman. There he is, the rifleman, 2 actually riflemen, probably by this bastard. He is healing, it would seem. Now, if we cannot disable that bastard on that beautiful heavy machine gun... Nope, I can't fire at you, you bastard. Let's get a little bit closer to this location. Nope, still can't. Just doesn't have the line of sight, so to speak, towards this bastard. Okay, my AI friends are a little bit more moving towards. Okay, do I even have ammunition? Really? No wonder. How the hell did you waste all the ammunition? These guys are usually full as fuck. Okay, so finally in the trenches. Excellent. We have 4 men right in the bushes. Okay, we're being open fire upon by the unknown source. Oh, there you are, you son of a bitch. See, they just can't open fire at him. It is... Nope, we have, of course, they have the damnable mortars over there. We need to disable them. Go, go, go. Wow, perfect point to kill both of my units. Of course. Jesus fucking Christ. Understandable. There's a kind of infighting inside of the trenches themselves. Again, we are attacking with a man that does not have any ammo, as I honestly did not even see here that he doesn't have any kind of ammunition. Okay, doesn't matter, fall back over to this location, and he dies. Beautiful. Let's slowly move towards those mortars. We would like to get those mortars. They're gonna be very helpful for the bottom part over there. And we have reinforcements. That means the enemy is gonna be charging at us very soon with everything that they have.
The airborne squad
Yep.
is at your command.
Here they are.
We should search these ammunition crates. There might be anti-tank rifles inside.
And of course the retarded flamethrower persona, oh, for fuck's sake, changes into the goddamn wrong thing. And this is gonna be a battle of ages, as we might actually lose. Consider the amount of Romanians coming in towards us. Already lost the left flank completely. Let's run towards that location. Again, we're probably gonna lose this entire port. They have also the damnable tanks, and we don't even have the PTRDs or something of that nature. Run, you fools. I guess already wasted everything there. Wow, really? Beautiful, losing men left and right. This might be the exact moment where we're gonna just get with one man, one persona. No, the actual hull destroyed on the damnable bar 2, the Romanian thing, and we still have one man alive with an officer over here. PPSH in the works, as you can see. We actually have two men still alive here. PPSH, both of them kind of wounded, and now our friend there dies like a little bitch he is. Hopefully they won't be able to kill us while we're in the trench there. Go, 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 move. Do we have a range with the PPSH? Yep, we do, thankfully. I usually always go with every unit has the damnable DP-27 or whatever the heavy machine gun LMG truly is. Most of the time that is, but as you can see there are so to speak stars or experience for that unit with that weapon. So again, giving a weapon to that certain unit that does not utilize that specific weapon isn't really trained to do that tends to be problematic, and this is an ugly place for us. 4 enemy tanks, light tanks, no anti-tank guns for them. That means it's gonna be a little bit more dirty battle against these batches, because just of the fact that we no way we can reach them, and there you go, direct shot kills the hull, destroyed, and probably all the men inside by not us, that is specifically our fleet is annihilating whatever they can that is, but again not enough. I was hoping that again we might have a DP, that is the PTRDs, sorry, not the DPs. That means we're gonna have to get a little bit closer with our men and annihilate those bastards, but we're not gonna do that as we don't really have, again, no anti-tank rifles or anything of sorts. No point, in all honesty, no point. Let's see, is there anything to really pick up that it looks like a PTRD? These are the corpses. Tab is for this. I should really change. I already did change a few of the control schemes just for the fuck of it, because honestly getting used to the assault squads too, and not the older version of the game. Nope. Not one person actually has a PTRD or any kind of the anti-tank rifle of sorts. DP-27s and all that. None of those are useful except of course the nades, but the nades we all probably have, except the rifleman, that is. Okay, let's lie down on the ground and move slowly towards the enemy. Do remember they still have those damnable problematic launchers. And there you go, Demon actually forgets how the demo thing is called. It's called mortar. Thank you very much. They have 2 mortars and a bunch of infantry guarding that approach. We will be able to annihilate them though. We will be able to annihilate these batches as we get a little bit closer. We get a little bit closer. Yeah, there is, maybe it has been destroyed by something must have destroyed the heavy machine gun here, as there is none. Let's see, the range 22. Wow, has a longer range than the flamethrower, and that's kind of sad. And that is kind of sad. There is a nice hole over here from which we might be able to drop. No, okay, fine. The question is, we'll be able to reach them before we get killed by the damnable thing. Yeah, we're gonna get killed, alright. No, my god, good job, whoever you were. Good job. Like, think about the AI, they'll immediately go for the heavy machine gun or immediately jump on the whatever they have of the static weaponry, and that's nice, man. That's something I like. Most games don't have that. You know, the AI will immediately just go, but again, it could be just scripted, but still, I like that addition. I really do. Down, please. We don't want to lose there. Now, these guys have to survive. Now, not because of the next part of the level, mostly because I want to see if they can. A lot of dead bodies. I do like the addition that the bodies don't disappear compared to the newer games, where they definitely disappear all the time, sadly. But that's a lot of bodies, and I like that addition in any game when the bodies do stay by default without you having to mod a damnable thing. So the start was a little bit, not that great, sadly. But that's fine. I think we did at least disable both parties here, and also sadly destroyed one of the mortars, because I wanted really to utilize them. Both mortars could be very useful down the line. I did not expect to be able to destroy that with a fucking grenade. Never happened before, so that's why I'm saying it. I was really expecting something more there. Okay, so Orita SMG, that's what the demo Romanians are actually utilizing here. Let's go beyond the Thunderdome. Let's get into this little ridge, canal, whatever this damnable thing is, to avoid the possible gunfire from the O26s and R5. No, actually, R2s, sorry, R2s, 45, they all have 45. Most of these light tanks all have the 45, like T26 and all that. And T70 tanks. Again, the important thing is to try and just go beyond the Call of Duty. Not the game, though. Not the game. And that's again the beautiful thing about this game specifically, is the mods do keep it alive for a very long time, and I like that in any game when it's so moddable. The editor alone is like an Arma editor, where you can easily make your own missions, maps and stuff like that. You just have bloody fun as much as you want. Okay, good job, guys. Nobody's gonna be attacking us from the behind, that's for sure, and we're gonna be getting that beautiful thing as soon as possible. We might even lure a lot of Romanians from the trenches just because of the fact we captured this point. I wish you the very best, and next time, more love.